Hello everyone, MikeMoneyGMR here, how's it going? Today we are continuing, for lack of a better word, with more Legend of Legaia. I'm at the place that I said I would be, and let's see, recovers 50. Yeah, that'll be good. So we go through here. I believe there should be a save point nearby. I think this is near the end right here. I was actually going to continue on and try to see if there was a save point, but I didn't want to have a chance of accidentally finding out there's not, you know. So, yeah. Saving the game and heading back to that spot. But yeah. Nice. As I said, we're getting to the point in this game where attacks for all your teammates are really easy to pull off instead of having to use spirit every frickin' turn in order to do your absolute most powerful attacks. Though sometimes hitting spirit anyway is a good idea. So I guess if there's still more dungeon to go, we may not even reach the boss in this episode either. I don't know. I would like to think that we would, but I don't know for certain until we get to that point, you know, so yeah, what can I say? I could say I need to clear my throat because I just ate. I had breakfast for lunch, more or less, which was really delicious as always. So everyone knows when you have breakfast, which was eggs and toast, that you have the best dinner in the world. Now, if I mistakenly said, I usually end up mixing up my times very badly, say lunch and dinner. And so if I said lunch, forgive my stupidity, it just happens sometimes. Okay, we want to go this way. If you notice that there's these cool little things on the ground in every place, but they don't have any real purpose. At least not that I've noticed. There's freed again if you need to get freed for one of your teammates, if you want to try to complete every spell in the game. Like I said before though, there's no reason to do that, because first off, it's almost impossible, and secondly, it's just not required. So, if you don't get it, oh well, don't beat yourself up over it. I mean, as always, getting free from that is kind of a joke, because, you know, ice-based attacks will probably be weakened by a person who uses fire, so. Nice. Let's use Tempest Break just for fun. Maybe he'll get it, that'd be kind of cool. I have to admit, Tempest Break is one of my favorite attacks in the game. Even though, if you use it all the time, it does get repetitive. Now this is, the boss of this area is going to be another survival-based boss, you know, where you have to, just outlive him, not really go all out on offensive again. I know so far it sounds like every boss is that, you know, but I can assure you that's not the case. There are some bosses that you can go all out offensive on and still survive. It's just not recommended, you know. So, yeah. Especially if you're over leveled, that's the best time to do it. I love how they use the sound of a car for that. That's just hilarious. Makes me wonder which car they used for the sound. Like, it sounds like a Harley Davidson motorcycle, but I doubt that's what it was. Besides, wouldn't they have to pay royalties? Well, not royalties, but like give props to them. I don't remember seeing Harley Davidson in the credits, so yeah. So who really pays attention to credits, you know? It's better. You probably didn't even hear that, but I just popped my toes and it felt really good. Ah, here we go. Up we go. Now I think if you go up here, you'll get down to where you go where the downstairs are. And you'll find a magic fruit, which is really useful. Now at this point, we want to make sure we're fully healed. Remember, we jacked that up last time, and I cussed myself out for it, so yeah. I can't help but be worried though, because here we go. Okay, as I say, there is no save point, and I haven't saved it in a while. As you can tell, this is Dohati's Castle. I don't know, I think it said that when we came in. I just never pointed it out. So, guess who we're going to be running into? I think there's 2 doors off to the left and right that still have some things in them that you want to grab real quick. There's a shield elixir. That's only useful if you want to put up your defense during battle, but this guy doesn't fight with physical attacks that much, so you'd rather use spirit for your way of putting up your defenses while you're in the middle of the fight. But we do want to use that new power water we got. Let's see. Yeah, looks like Mike is the winning contestant for that. And we went to, again, make sure we're fully healed. Yep. Our AP levels are kind of lacking, but that's okay. We should be fine. Once you go through this door, this is where the boss is, so... Yeah, Mike, this is the mist generator. This creates the mist covering the Sebescus Islands. We can destroy this machine by combining our power. But be careful, everyone. I sense a presence of evil. Let's go! What a fool that Cyril of you. I gave him a Sim-Seru, and look what he does. How naive, to enlist the powers of Ra-seru in creating Juggernaut. No doubt that is the best he can do with that second-rate Sim-Seru. I'm Dohati, faithful servant of court and true ruler of Sebescus. Doesn't he look like that one guy that we fought before? It is I who created Juggernaut in order to Exane to kill that medicine Hari. I, with the superior Sim-Seru I received from Prince Court. So that makes you wonder, is he actually a human under that? I mean, is he kind of like the poor guy, what's his name? Yeah, is he like Ra-seru, you know? In a way where like he's actually a human underneath it all, but now just completely taken over by the Sim-Seru? Who knows? Fools, you shall all feel the power of my wrath. Now I shall show you which is stronger, your Ra-seru or my Sim-Seru. Look at this idiot. It's like a big bird. But he's no joke. He is pretty tough of an enemy. He has no spell for you to get, so don't worry about using any magic that you want to use against him. But his attack is pretty powerful, so make sure you spear it at the start. I mean, you don't have to, but it's a pretty good idea. As you see, he's also kind of slow. But this is what he likes to use, his Chaos Breath. Now, as you saw, that did a pretty hefty amount of damage. In most cases, you would want to heal up after that, but I think we'll be okay. So what you can do now is you can use a lure, which I'm going to use just once. I'm only going to use it once during this fight. And then I'm going to try focusing on just using anything else that I have at my disposal, you know. Now, he's a pretty tiny looking guy, but he can do a ton of damage to you with that Chaos Breath attack. As he can also do a hefty amount of damage with his other attacks too. Look at his gut when you hit him. It just like kind of like deflates a little bit. It's just kind of cool. This will do 1,000 damage to him, so... Yeah, Final Blast, almost every enemy I know of, no matter how high their defenses is, takes at least 1,000 damage from this. So, it's always a good idea to use it at least once or twice during this fight. In fact, it says if you have the MP for it, use it every single frickin' turn. But I don't agree with that. I think that's a waste of magic power. I would say stick with lower cost spells, and that way you always have enough to use orb if you need it, you know. See, he can kill you pretty fast. Alright, we want him to spear it. No, we don't, because he has the spirit from last time, doesn't he? Yeah. So let's loosen him up with some hyper arts. Have her heal us. And, use Lightning Storm and Thunder Punch. Now, I don't know if Chaos Breath can actually poison you or anything like that. There's no such thing as confused in this game, so you don't have to worry about that. But, yeah, you gotta be careful about everything else. If you ever feel like you really need extra healing, go ahead and use like a healing bloom on top of your orb spell if you think that your team is going to get healed enough from it. But you can see he's just taking these attacks like nothing. Alright. They're already at max HP though. Sure, let's give Freed a shot. And have him spirit. He might be the one that kind of focuses in only on one person, so just keep that in mind before you go, you know, apeshit crazy with whatever you got, you know. Because remember, I don't have a Phoenix down, so if he kills one of my teammates, that's it. That person's gone for the rest of the fight. Yeah, that's not worth it. That's only 568 damage. I guess Allura or whatever is the only one that actually does a decent amount of damage to him. This is going to do a pretty hefty amount of damage. Oh, it can poison you. Badass. Alright, Holy Orb. Gazam. And Healing Bloom. Because we're going to need all three of those. Well, not the Gazam part. The Gazam part is just going to poison him for one turn, I hope. Just to get some extra damage, you know. Just for the fun of using another spell on him. Yeah, 323 damage. Now, Toxic, I think, does more damage to you periodically after your, you know, full turn ends than Venom does. And apparently can be cured by orbs, so that's good. But that should get us high enough that she'll survive the next whatever he does to her. Yeah, see? He took some extra damage from the one stuff like I said he would. Let's heal her. She's like kind of staying far behind. I can't do anything about that. You know, if she's behind, she's behind. Alright, let's have a little bit of fun and use this, because I don't know if it's really going to do that much damage. Remember, if you start running real low on magic, you want to make sure to use, what's it called? A magic leaf on them, or a magic berry, whichever seems the better idea. That frickin' sucks. See, that's something that he can do, though, is if he blocks all of your attacks, you know, that puts you in a really bad spot. That's why it probably recommends magic more. Just for fun, I'm going to use Gully Gully, though it's probably not going to do that much damage. And I'm going to have her... Is she spirited recently? No. I'm going to have her spirit so she can kind of stay alive. And I'm going to have him preemptively heal us. This is how this animation works. He jumps through the ground, like so. Puts a little bit of cool little fires, you know, around him. Then he does this cool attack called Spinning Flare. Nice. Fire seems to be one of his weaknesses, so that's kind of cool. Golly. So I must be under-leveled for this, because it says that his physical attacks are not supposed to bring you down that far. So I must be doing something wrong. I'm gonna just show these off just because I don't use them that often, so I thought I'd have a little bit of fun and try out these elixirs and see how well they help us. Nice, I even knocked her down even though she's pretty high up in her health. Alright. As I said, I'm only doing them just for fun. So, just like how I do the super arts every now and then just for fun. I think hyper arts are usually unblockable. I want to say at least. I've never really had enemies block them before, so I don't know for certain if they are. As you can tell, I'm doing a lot better in this fight than I was doing in the last fight, where I let Mike die on me in that one, you know? So, yeah. That's fine, you blocked my last attack, I don't care. Again, this is gonna probably do a ton of damage. Yep. Let's see. Okay. I might use an item on Noah that does something status, effective on her as well. I think the Wonder Elixir kind of works as if like the Honey Node did, where it puts all your stats up temporarily for the battle. I don't know how useful that would be. Hopefully I didn't make the wrong decision, because I just realized he's only at 855 damage. I mean HP. My character is, Mike. And that can put us in a really bad spot, Okay, good daytime viewing. Man, he was just like belly flopping the guy. That is awesome. Okay, let's heal up again. Yeah, she's spirited recently. Use Tempest Break. There's some regular attacks after that. And no, he hasn't spirited recently, okay. I just love how loud he gets when you attack. He's just like, oh my god, this hurts, And wow, the speed elixir actually is working pretty well, because John went second, so that's pretty good. Like I said, it should last the entire fight. I think if you replace it though with something else, then it won't. I think it'll replace it with what else you give him. Like I said, I usually sold him, I never actually used him. It was mainly just for fun that I'm using him now. Let's see, what else do we have here? We got the power elixir we can use. Let's do that to Noah here. Have her heal me since I'm kind of hurting. And have him do Lightning Storm and Thunder Punch again. Her magic's running low too. Like I said, this fight may have went shorter if I probably abused the heck out of a lure, but I like kind of balancing out my magic use as along with my hyper arch and all that. So I hope you guys don't mind this fight being a little longer than it probably should be. I mean, we haven't even knocked him down yet. so ironic if he killed her after that. You know, I'd be like, damn it, you're such an asshole. You know? Let them heal up. Well, you know, spirit up so that they survive. While he heals everyone and possibly doesn't. Is it just me or do like the star effects change every now and then? Like they came in like a little of like a diangular shape that time instead of all over the place. I don't know, it was weird. I mean, it doesn't affect it in any way. Yeah, I just realized something. We're not even, like, we're only a level behind what we're supposed to be. And, I mean, we're getting this beat up, so, I mean, that proves something right there, that we probably went in this a little unprepared, but that's okay. I mean, I'd rather, like, you know, show this off in, like, a little bit of a challenge mode type thing, you know, than go in it like, haha, I'm so awesome, and that I went with the book and leveled up to like 26. Yeah. No, it did the same thing that it did before. Okay. I mean, I know I said I was probably going to do some off-screen leveling, but I didn't. So. I mean, there's really no purpose to doing that if you're doing this well in the fight, you know. I mean, if people can do low-level runs in video games, I can do a, you know, semi-low-level fight of the bosses, you know, so I don't know. The only boss, like I said, that seems to be impossible unless you're at the level that it suggests is the fight against, Exane and, that monster that was eaten on the Genesis tree and, Jeremy, yeah. So, yeah, I think that kind of, you know, settles what I'm talking about here. You know what I'm talking about. Let's see, what should I have her do? Everybody was at a decent thing, right? Yeah, we're all healed pretty decently. Hopefully I don't regret this. He seems to take a lot of damage to us, I don't know. And we're knocking his ass down, so we're getting sniped. If you can't tell, I'm saving up for something. Using both my magic leaves there. So we'll get more later, don't worry. Especially with the hefty amount of money that we're probably going to get from this guy. $77? 27. Alright. You better be ready, buddy. Oh my god. Okay. Kick your ass with the lure. And orb will heal us up. And along with the healing bloom, just to be safe. Oh, it was kind of funny. I was actually like making like beats and all that while I was like kind of heading up tier. You know, it was kind of hilarious. I don't know why I don't use those elixirs so much often, because I mean John is like helping us out more with that speed elixir than I thought he would, you know. Putting Mike in the background, you know, which is fine, but I mean turnover doesn't always seem to be based on speed. It also seems to be based on things like how do I say this? Like the action you're taking, it also seems to be based off that as well. So, yeah. I still think that the battle cry that Mike says is the coolest. One of my favorites. Wow, this is up to 32 minutes. It's crazy. I don't even remember how long it took me to defeat him last time. It sure took a long time, I'm sure. Now, like I said before, I don't know if you use a Fury boost whenever you're fully spirited, if it actually works or if it doesn't do anything. So I'm not going to try it here. But I'm pretty sure that it's something you can do if you feel that you need some extra attack damage. Man, you need to stay down. So eat some fire. There you go. You won the battle. I sure did. You got 8,000 gold for that, so that's pretty good. That'll keep us fat for a while. How can my Sim-Seru, infused with the wisdom of the mist, be defeated by Ra-seru? Oof. However, my creation Juggernaut has already been set free. Realm Elm, that wretched cave, that Brian Monastery, all those foolish humans who think they have escaped the mist. Juggernaut has unleashed the hand of destruction on them all. And Juggernaut continues to grow under the protection of mighty Prince Court. Though I may die, Juggernaut will live. That's a scary thought. Mike, Noah, John, are you ready to destroy the mist generator? Yes, we are. Listen, everyone, we must work together. Let's go. I don't know if we get the cool FMV or whatever they call it when they have the animated cutscenes this time around. I think we do. Yeah, we do. I'm gonna let this cutscene play out as well. like, all these cutscenes here, I'm gonna let them play out, and then them talking afterwards, because they're gonna say some words as well. What's that? That looks like a sewer of some kind. Was it talking to our Ra-serus? Oh my god, it exploded! And look how our people are reacting. Awesome, that thing that disappeared wasn't our Ra-seru. Tara, something's wrong. You were talking to it in a language I don't understand. I'm sorry, Noah. This is something I still can't tell you about. And I'm not going to tell you either. Because nobody said they wanted to know, so, yeah. Mike, I promise that someday I'll tell you who I was talking to. So please don't ask us to tell you now. No, there's no use crying about it. All you can do is believe in that promise. I'm sorry, John. Well, at least the mist is gone from Vidna and Octam. That's right, by the time we reach the outside, both towns should be back to normal. But yes, that was indeed a Ra-seru. Just like how the first one was a Ra-seru egg. I see. Your homes were damaged by the juggernaut I created. I am terribly sorry. No, it's not your fault, sire. It's the Sim-Seru's fault. No, I'm told you are searching for your parents in Cockram. Yep. That's right. Hari told me that they were there. There was but one way from the Sebescus Islands to Crystal Kingdom where Cockram is. That is by the flying train. There is a flying train station in Octam. I do not know if it is still in operation, but it's worth a try. I see. Songi is where the mist is. Mike, we must go to Crystal Kingdom. Mike, did you hear that? I want to go to Octam and ride a flying train. Alright, now as always, I'm sorry this is incredibly long, but that boss, whooped our butts. So there's nothing I can do about that. And, yep. So I'm going to stop this one here instead of continuing droning on about this, that, and the other so that you don't have to worry about watching a 40-minute video. So till then, bye.